Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into a time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
An hour of comedy. We start off in Summerfield and see what's going on in the home and life of the water commissioner, Harold Peary, as the Great Gildersleeve, going back to May 23rd, 1943, and it looks like Leroy is getting a job.
Kraft presents The Great Gildersleeve. The Kraft Cheese Company will also bring you Bing Crosby every Thursday night. Present each week at this time Harold Peary as The Great Gildersleeve, written by John Whedon and Sam Moore. Let's join the Great Gildersleeve in Summerfield. It's a beautiful Saturday morning in May, the kind of a Saturday morning that makes a man think twice before he starts down to the office. Mr. Gildersleeve, who is strictly human, has thought twice and is about to think again when the doorbell rings.
Oh, who the... I think it's a postman, Leroy.
Postman? Gee, maybe he's got my stuff.
Huh?
Hi, Mr. Underwood.
Hello there, young fellow. I've got something for you if you've got 97 cents for me.
97? Just a second. Say, could I have my allowance now, please?
Well, I guess so. Let me see. I haven't got 50 cents in change.
Is that so? Well, that's funny. I was about to ask for a slight advance anyhow. Isn't that funny?
Yeah, very funny.
Say, hurry up, son. The United States Mail waits for no man.
Well, please, just once. It's an emergency.
Well, all right. Here, pay the man, and we'll discuss it later.
Gee, thanks, Unc. Here's the money, Mr. Underwood.
All right, Sonny, thanks.
Oh, boy, this is it. From the Lincoln Novelty Company.
Wait a minute. I thought this was an emergency.
Well, it is. Tomorrow's Tom Ladd's birthday.
Oh.
So, naturally, I had to get him some kind of remembrance, something worthwhile.
What'd you get him?
Oh, a few novelties.
Yeah. Novelties? What are they, Leroy?
Oh, just little things a boy would like.
Young man, let me see that package.
Oh, no, Unc.
From the Lincoln Novelty Company, the boy's best friend since 1878. What are you buying from him, Leroy?
Oh, it's the greatest thing you ever saw. You put it in your mouth and you can throw your voice anywhere. It makes you a regular ventriloquist.
Leroy, I bought one of those things 25 years ago, and it's no good.
Oh, gosh, what do you expect for a dime, Edgar Bergen? Besides, they've improved it.
Never mind. That's a dime. Now, what else did you spend the money for?
Well, there's this certain powder.
Yeah, sneezing powder?
Partly.
Itching powder?
Yeah. Did you try that too, Unc?
Yeah, but you won't. My father gave me a licking I'll never forget for that.
Oh, I guess parents didn't understand children in those days, did they, Unc?
I think they understood him pretty well, Leroy. I'm going to explain a few things to you right now.
Oh, for corn's sake. Just because I want to borrow 47 cents.
It's not the 47 cents, my boy. It's your whole conception of money. Where it comes from, what it's for. Now, if you had a job, as many boys do at your age...
Can I get a job, Unc?
I think it'd do you good. Teach you the value of a dollar, the dignity of honest labor. I think it'd be fine for you to get a job, Leroy. Earn $1 or $2 every week, perhaps.
$1 or $2? Are you kidding? I can go right down to the cartridge factory and knock off $37.50 every Saturday.
What?
Well, that's what Hector Briggs makes.
Never mind. You'll get a part-time job that you can handle after school, or you'll have none. Now, do you want it?
Oh, sure. It's better than nothing. But where am I going to get one?
I'll get one for you. Oh, my goodness, it's 11 o'clock. If I don't get to work pretty soon, people will say I'm a part-time water commissioner. Don't worry, Leroy. I'll get you a job.
Come in, Gildy. Come in.
Hello, Judge. Horace, I come to ask your advice.
Well, I don't know why you didn't come to me long ago.
What do you mean?
Throckmorton, you and I are old friends, aren't we?
That's right, Horace.
We've been through a lot together, haven't we?
That's right.
I guess we don't have to beat around the bush with each other, do we?
Certainly not.
Gildy, let's face it. Marriage is a wonderful institution, but it's not for us.
What?
Well, now, don't misunderstand me. Leela Ransom is a fine woman.
Hooker, I don't know what you're talking about. What I'm talking about has nothing to do with Leela Ransom, and I'll thank you to keep her out of this.
Sorry, Gildy. Sorry, old man. Sorry. Sorry.
All right.
If I spoke out of turn, I'm sorry.
All right.
I could bite my tongue off.
You don't have to do that.
10,000 pardons, old man. I'm sorry.
All right, you're sorry. What I came here to talk to you about is Leroy, Judge.
Leroy? Well, what has our young friend got himself into now?
Nothing. It's just what I'm afraid he might get into. I think he needs something to keep him out of mischief, Judge. I think he ought to have a job.
Best thing in the world for him.
Oh, you think so?
Absolutely.
Well, I'm glad to know you feel that way about it. Horace.
Yes, Gildy?
You and I are old friends, aren't we?
That's right, Gildy.
We've been through a lot together, you and I.
We certainly have.
You know, Horace, if you had a son...
That's one of the sorrows of my life, Gildy, that I haven't a son.
I know, but if you had a son, and say that son was at the age where he was ready to take a job...
Yeah?
Do you know I'd feel positively hurt if you didn't send him to me for a job first?
Would you, Gildy?
Absolutely. I'd feel downright hurt. Now, I haven't any son either, but I have got a nephew, Judge.
Gildy, do you mean you want me to give Leroy a job?
That's right.
Are you kidding?
All right, Hooker, try and get any favors out of me.
That you, Unc?
Yes, Leroy. And I'd like a word with you.
Unc, guess what? I've got a surprise.
Well, that's fine, but suppose you save it for a moment. Leroy, I'm afraid I'm going to have to disappoint you.
Disappoint me?
Yes, my boy. I promised this morning that I'd get you a job, but I find it's not as easy as I thought.
Yeah, but, Unc...
Please let me finish. I realized that you'd be disappointed, so I decided I'd give you a job myself.
At your office?
No, right here, my boy, mowing the lawn.
Well, I did that last summer.
I know, but this summer I'll pay you. Shall we consider it settled?
Well, there's just one catch, Unc.
What's that?
I got a job myself this afternoon. Peavey's drugstore.
What?
I start tomorrow. See you later, Unc.
Wait a minute, you. Who's going to mow the lawn?
Leroy? Leroy?
Yes, Mr. Peavey. Just straightening out the magazines here. I'll have them fixed in 2 shakes.
That's all right. You go ahead and read the comics if you want. No harm in that. I just wanted to say I'm going to leave you in charge here for a few minutes.
Oh, boy, my big opportunity.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that. I'll only be a minute. I just got a little errand for Mrs. Peavey before the butcher shop closes. Veal cutlets.
Well, take your time, Mr. Peavey. I can handle the store.
I think you can. There's just 1 or 2 things before I go, if you don't mind, Leroy.
Yes, sir?
I've noticed when you answer the phone, you've been saying Peavey's Pharmacy.
Oh, don't you like that?
Well, no, I think that's a little flashy. I prefer just a very conservative hello.
Oh, all right, Mr. Peavey, I'll remember.
And the only other thing is this. Don't prescribe for people.
Oh. I thought that was what druggists were for.
Pharmacists, Leroy. We are pharmacists.
Oh, I forgot.
No, we never prescribe. I made an arrangement to that effect with Dr. Pettibone some years ago. We agreed that I wouldn't try to cure his patients and he wouldn't make any ice cream sodas. Just be careful, that's all. Oh, hello, Piggy.
Hiya, Mr. Peavey. Hi, Leroy. Hi.
I guess I can trust you to wait on your young friend here, Leroy. I'll be back shortly.
Hey, you, put down that comic book.
I'm just looking at it.
Well, don't. I just finished straightening up those magazines.
I can look at it if I want to.
Not unless I say so. I'm in charge here.
Who says so?
I say so.
Who are you?
You'll find out. Listen, Banks, drop that book.
Okay.
Keep your hands off things, see? I'm in charge here. I'm responsible.
Don't want to look at your old comics anyway. I've read them all.
And don't be swinging on that seat. You're liable to bust it. Come on. What do you want here?
I want some candy.
How much money you got?
Oh, don't worry. I've got the money. More money than you'll ever see.
Oh, yeah? You know how much money I make here? $3 a week.
Yeah.
I do. And you know how much that is in a year? About $150.
Gosh. What are you going to do with it all?
I haven't decided yet. Probably buy a drum and a set of traps.
Real ones?
Of course, real ones. What do you think?
Gosh. Will you let anybody else play it?
Don't make me laugh. This is a very valuable drum I'm going to buy.
Leroy.
What?
I'll tell you something if you'll tell me something.
What?
Who's your best friend?
I don't know. I got a lot of friends. I'll have to think it over.
You know who my best friend is?
Who cares? Come on, are you going to buy anything or aren't you?
Sure. I'm going to buy some candy. And if I thought you were a friend of mine, I'd give you some of it.
Candy. I can eat all I want of it here. Make up your mind. What do you want?
Give me a Jaguar.
Let me see your nickel.
Why?
I have to see your money first.
Who says so?
I say so.
Who are you?
You'll find out. Oh, hello, Unc.
Well, what's going on here?
Just making a sale.
Sounds more as if you were killing one. Well, hello, Piggy.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Here's your candy, Banks. That'll be 1 nickel with tax. Well, Unc, what can I do for you today?
Leroy,
Yes?
what are you going to do with that nickel?
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Want to watch that, young man?
Yes, sir. I'll go on, you little squirt, before I beat your brains in.
Leroy, that's not the way to speak to a customer.
Yes, sir. Here comes Mr. Peavey. What do you have, Unc?
Nothing, my boy. I happened to be driving by, and I thought if you were through here, maybe you'd like a ride home.
Well, gosh, that's nice of you, but it's a little early, isn't it, Unc?
Well, I think if I speak to Mr. Peavey, I can get him to let you off.
Gee, thanks.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Hello, Peavey. I just dropped in to ask if I could borrow this boy of mine for the rest of the afternoon.
Well, certainly, Mr. Gildersleeve. I don't think I'll be needing him.
Well, thanks, Peavey.
Yeah, thanks.
You know how it is. Grass is getting a little long there at home.
Grass?
I quite understand.
Yeah, Unc, you didn't say anything about...
Quiet, Leroy. I'll tell you what I'll do, Peavey. I'll hire him back from you. 50 cents for the rest of the afternoon.
Well, it won't be... Oh, excuse me. Telephone.
Yeah. And if you need him for any deliveries, just phone and I'll send him right over.
Hello?
But, Unc, 50 cents to mow the lawn. I don't even get the 50 cents.
Well, that's business, my boy.
Business, that's slavery.
Yes.
You can't do it, Unc. It's against the Constitution.
It's quiet, you. How can Mr. Peavey telephone?
Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that.
And maybe this will be a lesson to you, young man, not to try to match wits with your uncle.
Yes, indeed. Right away.
Well, I guess we'll be running along then, Peavey.
Mr. Gildersleeve, I'm terribly sorry.
What is it?
They just phoned from Judge Hooker's house.
Hooker?
It seems the old gentleman has just had a sudden attack of indigestion, and I'm afraid I'm going to have to send Leroy out with some Ipecac.
Hooray! I mean, gosh, that's too bad.
Why, the old goat. Why doesn't he watch out what he eats? Who does he think he is, a 10-year-old? No wonder he gets the cobbly wobbles. You know what I think, Peavey? I think he did this deliberately.
Well, now, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, he did. He did this just to spite me.
Oh!
Leroy.
What a character.
May 23rd, 1943, The Great Gildersleeve on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. I'm Wyatt Cox. This is Classic Radio Theater on your favorite radio station. Now, more of The Great Gildersleeve, May 23rd, 1943.
Now let's return to Summerfield. After a week with Leroy working for Peavey, Gildersleeve's lawn has become almost a jungle, and if he's ever to conquer it, it must be done today. So while Marjorie lolls in the hammock, we find him reluctantly trundling the mower out of his garage and calling upon the spirits of his ancestors to give him strength.
Grass. Everywhere you look, nothing but grass. I hate the stuff.
Talking to me, Uncle Mole?
No, I'm talking to myself, my dear. I'm talking to the grass. Yeah, all right, you can laugh. You're a woman, Marjorie. You don't have to wrestle with it.
We could always get a goat.
A goat? For this grass, we'd have to get a goat with a motor on it.
Why not? A motor goat.
A motor goat. You couldn't get any self-respecting goat to do this kind of work. It takes a dumb beast like a man.
Oh, Uncle Mort.
That's all I am, just a beast of burden, my dear, a slave, all day long, up and down, up and down, up and down. Is that any kind of a life?
Oh, it'll probably be the making of you. A little exercise?
In all this heat? It's the worst thing in the world for me. Say, I know.
What?
How's to run in and send Bertie out with a nice big pitcher of lemonade, huh? That might help.
All right, if you like.
And some lady fingers to go with it.
We've just finished lunch.
Well, you can't run an engine without fuel, you know. Motor goat. This darn lawn. What good is it? We never play croquet anyway. Well, here goes.
Throckmorton.
Oh, Leela.
Am I interrupting something, Throckmorton?
Oh, that's all right. I haven't really started here yet. Come on, Leela. Let's sit down here on the grass, huh? Shall we?
All right, let's. Oh, this is nice. You know what I love?
Huh?
I love to run my fingers through the nice, soft grass and feel the warm earth underneath. Don't you?
Yes, and feel those darn little roots pushing it up, pushing it up.
Oh, silly.
Yeah. Listen, Leela.
What?
I think I can hear it growing.
Oh, Throckmorton, I love you when you're like this.
Like what?
Silly.
Silly? Well, what's silly about it? You don't realize I have to mow all this. Every blade of it. As far as the eye can reach. All by myself. And today.
Oh, then, Throckmorton, I'd better be going so you can get at it.
Oh, Leela, don't rush off.
No, I was going to ask you to do something.
Oh, I'd love to, Leela.
No, not till you finish this.
Well, tell me what it is.
No, Throckmorton, not till you're through here.
Oh, please.
No.
Pretty please?
No. Throckmorton, let go. Here comes Bertie.
Yeah? After I finished, will you?
After you finish. So you hurry up and get to work now, you hear?
Darn lawn. Well, here goes.
Here's your lemonade, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Oh, just in the nick of time, Bertie. Say, looks mighty good, too.
Yes, sir. Here's a glass.
Oh, never mind the glass. I'll just drink it out of the pitcher, like this.
Look out there, Mr. Gildersleeve. Look out, you don't fall in. What a man. Mr. Gildersleeve, you better come up for air.
I tell you, there's nothing like a pitcher of lemonade after a hard day's mowing.
Pretty good before it, too.
Yeah? Yeah, you're right, Bertie. Oh, say, by the way, Bertie.
Yes, sir?
Tell me something. Don't you get awfully tired of staying in that hot kitchen all day long?
Well, sir, I was mostly brung up in hot kitchens, so I guess I'm kind of used to it. My blood got thinned out or something.
Wouldn't you like to get outdoors once in a while and get a little fresh air?
Oh, Mr. Gildersleeve, it's so long now since I had any fresh air, I don't know how I could handle it.
Nonsense. Fresh air is good for you, Bertie.
Yes, sir?
Do you know anything about lawnmowers, Bertie?
Well, yes, I know the main thing about them.
What's that?
Keep away from them.
This'll be the death of me yet. Grass, it sneaks up on you. It grows when your back is turned.
Hi there, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Oh, Ben. Hello, Ben.
Hi.
Well, I haven't seen you around here lately, my boy.
Oh, I've been kind of busy. Well, see, you're doing a little lawn mowing.
Yeah, just mowing the lawn.
Yeah. Great exercise. Great for the stomach muscles.
Yeah, great.
Is Marge around?
Marge? Well, she's inside there somewhere.
Oh, good.
Oh, Ben.
Yes, sir?
You're a mechanic, Ben. I wonder if you'd come here a minute and take a look at this confounded lawnmower.
Oh, is there something wrong with it?
Well, I don't know if there's anything really wrong, but it seems to push awful hard.
Oh, well, maybe you got it set too tight.
Huh?
Let's turn her over and take a look.
Yeah, you go right ahead, Ben.
Yeah. Seems to spin all right.
Oh?
Have you tried it?
Have I tried it? I've been at this thing since lunch. I mowed clear down to that hedge and back, Ben.
Huh. Funny, I don't know what it could be then.
I'll tell you what. You try it, huh? Maybe I just haven't got the knack of it.
Oh, well, all right, sure.
Yeah, here. Better take your coat off, Ben. I'll hold it.
Oh, I don't need to take my coat off just to try it.
Oh, well, I know, but it's a hot day. You better give it to me.
Don't you do it, Ben.
Oh, Marge. Gosh, I didn't see you.
Neither did I. How long have you been standing there, my dear?
Long enough to see what's going on.
Now, Marjorie, nothing was further from my mind
Then what?
than, you know.
All right, put your coat on, Ben. You're through for the day.
You dropped something there, my boy.
Oh, my poppy.
Ah, you remember those days. May 23rd, 1943, The Great Gildersleeve on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. The conclusion follows these messages from your favorite radio station. Just going to take a minute here to tell you about the big savings going on now, the clearance sale at mypillow.com. And you know, I've talked about how in my office I have a pair of my slippers, and they're really comfortable, and they're on clearance right now. The mypillow.com slippers, $25 a pair, limit 10. And I would buy 3 or 4 more pairs. Unfortunately, they're out of my size. They also have sheets, pillowcases, clothing items, all on special right now. Go to mypillow.com, click on the clearance tab at the top of the page, use my promo code Wyatt, or call 1-800-928-4715. Limited sizes remaining in the MyPillow slippers, limited colors on other items. mypillow.com, clearance tab, promo code Wyatt, 1-800-928-4715. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite station. Now the conclusion of The Great Gildersleeve. May 23rd, 1943. Ben just dropped something.
Oh, my poppy. Poppy Day.
I suppose some pretty girl sold you that.
Yeah, she was, kind of.
Now, Margie, nothing wrong with Ben's buying a poppy. Poppy Day is a very worthy cause.
Only joking, Uncle Mort. I'm only jealous because he didn't buy it for me.
Oh, gosh, if I'd known you were selling them.
Well, if you'd come around a little oftener.
Yeah. Well, shall we,
Yes, let's.
Oh, don't go. Sit down on the swing here.
Yeah, but you see, I've got something I'd kind of like to talk over with her, some news.
Well, talk it over with her right here.
Uncle Mort?
I know you two want to be alone. Doesn't take a lawnmower to fall on me. You make yourselves comfortable here, and I'll just knock off for a little while, huh?
Mr. Gildersleeve, gosh, we don't want to interrupt your work.
Then, if we don't, he'll never forgive us.
Huh? Marjorie, I think that's hardly fair. However, things being as they are, I'll see you later. Marjorie, when are we going to have supper? I'm half starved.
We'll have it just as soon as Leroy arrives, Uncle Mort.
Leroy? It's Leroy this and Leroy that. Who the dickens is Leroy?
He's the kid that used to mow the lawn, remember?
Yeah, and he'll mow it again, too.
Well, let's be nice to him when he gets home.
All right.
After all, it's his first week's work, and that's a pretty big milestone for a boy.
Leroy working?
Mm-hmm. He's been working for Mr. Peavey this week, Ben.
Oh, soda jerk?
Well, something like that.
No, Uncle Mort. I'll bet Leroy learns plenty in that drugstore.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, yes, he will. I'll bet you that when he... Hi, everybody!
Oh, thank goodness. Bertie! Bertie!
I heard him too, Mr. Gildersleeve.
All right.
Hi, folks. The toiler is home from his toil. Who's going to get my pipe and slippers?
Young man, I want you to get this through your head. You're no more important than anyone else in this house.
Well, now, I wouldn't say that.
Uncle Mort, did I hear you say you wouldn't learn anything from Mr. Peavey?
I take it all back, my dear.
I'm sorry I'm late, folks, but wait till you see what I've got. Here, Marge, don't say I never did anything for you.
Why, Leroy, a present. You darling.
Here, Unc. Merry Christmas.
What? Why, Leroy, you shouldn't have done this.
Oh, look.
It's a gadget to fix the runs in stockings.
Oh.
Guaranteed to fix nylon, silk, anything. You ought to see the fella do it.
What fella?
The fella I bought it from. He had a whole suitcase full of them.
Oh, Leroy, it's simply marvelous. It's just what I wanted.
Well, I seem to have a pencil here.
Oh, but that's not all, Unc. It's got 2 different kinds of lead and a ruler down the side with genuine millimeters on it and a flashlight on the end.
What, no banjo? Well, thank you, my boy. I don't know what to say, really.
Oh, that's okay, Unc. You're welcome. Hey, I'd better take Bertie her present.
Oh, what'd you get for Bertie, Leroy?
A bracelet with rubies in it.
What?
Well, they might be rubies.
He's really a very generous kid.
He certainly is.
Golly, he must have spent a pile of money on all that stuff.
I'm afraid so.
Thank you, Leroy.
Ah, forget it, Bertie. Well, it won't be long now, folks.
Are you hungry?
Am I? I didn't have time to make myself a soda the whole afternoon.
Leroy, listen to me a moment. You've been very generous, and generosity is a fine trait. But I'm afraid you spent too much money on these presents.
Oh, don't worry, Unc. I got plenty left. I figure I'll be able to get my drum in just 14 weeks.
I want to explain something to you, my boy. You're making money now. Everyone in this country is making money.
Yeah?
But hardly anybody is making things to sell anymore. Most of the work is going into making bullets and such for the war.
Yeah?
Now, what I'm trying to say is everybody ought to spend their money on war bonds and stamps instead of things they don't need. That's the way to fight inflation.
Oh, you mean I shouldn't get the drum?
Oh, I didn't say that. It'd be a very good thing if we all thought more about the war and less about ourselves.
Oh, gosh, Unc, I can't be thinking about the war all the time.
Would it be easier if you knew somebody who was in it?
Yeah, sure, I suppose so. But I don't.
Yes, you do, Leroy.
No, I don't, Marge, honest.
Ben, can I tell?
What? Oh, sure, I guess so.
All right. Leroy, this morning, Ben got his commission in the Navy. He'll be leaving very soon to join a ship.
Gosh, the Navy.
Well, I didn't know about this, Ben. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you, sir.
The Navy.
Yeah, brings war a little closer, doesn't it, my boy?
Yeah. And me worrying about a drum. Well, now that Ben's in the Navy, I better buy him some bullets. I'll buy bonds, Unc.
Yeah, now you're talking like a grown-up man, Leroy, and I'm proud of you.
Leroy, I hate to say it, but you're wonderful. Come here.
Huh?
Here. I haven't got a medal for you, but... There.
Oh, gosh. What's the idea of kissing people like that? No wonder Ben is joining the Navy.
Well, little Leroy hasn't grown up as much as I thought he had. Grass, what good is it? You can't eat it. You can't sell grass. All you can do is mow it. Oh, these darn mosquitoes. Oh, brother, this has been one of my bad days.
Throckmorton.
Oh, that's you, Leela?
I've been expecting you all afternoon, Throckmorton. What happened?
Oh, nothing happened, Leela. I've been working here like a dog. But by George, enough is enough. I'm quitting right now. What is it you want me to do, Leela?
Oh, well, it's too late now, Throckmorton.
Oh, no, it's not, Leela.
Oh, but it is.
Leela, don't be like that. It's never too late. A man's got to have a little fun. What is it you were going to suggest that we do?
Well, I thought if you got through with your lawn in time, maybe you'd help me with mine.
That's all. Good night, everybody.
Music heard on this program was under the direction of Claude Sweeten. This is Ken Carpenter speaking for the Kraft Cheese Company and inviting you to listen in again next Sunday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
Gildy always getting suckered into stuff. And you notice the big war bond push, since this episode was from May 23rd, 1943, smack dab in the middle of World War II. That's the Great Gildersleeve on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Our thanks to Ted at RadioMemories.com for this episode of Lum and Abner, as the ongoing trying to build a statue of Lum and Abner. This is from May 23rd, 1935.
Howdy, everybody. Here we are, all ready to take you down to Pine Ridge for another visit with Lum and Abner. And now, let's see what's happening down in Pine Ridge. Well, Squire Skimp got back yesterday afternoon from Chicago, where he spent the past week disposing of the hogs that Lum and Abner received from their hog chain letter. The Squire has made a complete settlement with Lum and Abner. And as we look in on the old fellows today, we find them down at their Jot-'em-Down store discussing the outcome of their latest venture. Listen.
Well, I still believe a Squire beat us out of some money there summers, Lum.
Abner, you're the complainingest feller I ever seen in my life. Squire Skimp walked in here yesterday and handed us $2,300, and all you've did ever since is sit around and mouth about it.
Well, I just don't want to be beat out or nothing.
No, but just stop and think. We sent out one hog on that chain letter, and here we get $2,300 worth of hogs back off of it. Body can't complain none about that.
Yeah, but we had a lot of hogs, too.
Yeah, but Squire had a lot of expense in handling them, too. Railroad fare and feed, rent on them stockyards where he kept them at before he sold them, and veterans' expense for examining them before he sold them. All them things runs into money. And then 10% we give Squire for selling them first, too, you know.
Yeah, he had a long list of expenses, all right. But trouble is, we don't know where he put down the right figures or not.
Well, ain't no way of telling about that, but we've done had our settlement with Squire now, so the best thing to do is just forget about it. Be thankful for what we got.
Yeah, well, that is a right smart of money, ain't it?
Why, of course it is. $2,300.
Yes, sir.
Granny's me and you's been making some money here lately, you know it?
Oh, yeah.
We had a balance of over $1,400 in there at the bank before I deposited that check this morning.
Yeah, well, that's what we made out of the circus, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it runs us up now to over $3,700 we've got.
Well, I do know. And 3 months ago, we never had nothing.
No, we's going hungry.
Yes, sir.
No, sir, ever since we started with the circus, now everything we've got into's been a moneymaker.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Sort of like King Midas. Everything we touch turns to gold.
Yeah, that was sort of... Who?
I say we're sort of like King Midas. You know, everything he touched turned right into gold.
Well, I do know. I never heard of it.
Oh, yeah.
He could just touch something and it'd turn right into gold, huh?
Yeah, that's all he had to do. Just touch it, and there it was, 18 karat solid gold.
I doggies, now there's something that I'd love to be able to do. Just give me one day of that, and I wouldn't have to work no more as long as I live, Lum. I'd just go around touching everything I seen.
But it'd have its drawbacks, Abner, just like everything else.
Drawbacks?
Yeah, it sounds good offhand, but never worked out so well for him, you know.
Well, I don't see how it could help but work out all right, lest he's just too dogged lazy to get up and touch stuff.
Well, you see, the trouble of it was, everything he touched turned to gold. Got to be a nuisance.
Well, I'd never complain about it, I'll tell you that. I reckon how he done it.
Well, I don't know. It was just sort of a gift with him. Just come natural for him. He'd been complaining, just like you are now, about not making money fast enough. And complaining about, that's all he thought about, was making money, you know.
Uh-huh.
All of a sudden, everything he touched just started turning to gold.
And all he done to get that way was just sort of complain, huh?
Well, it's been so long since I read about him, I don't recollect just how it went, but he was crazy over money, and that's all he thought about, so just to learn him better, he was punished that way.
Well, I do know. Well.
And, all of a sudden he started touching things, and they started turning to gold. What's the matter? What you doing that for?
Nothing. I don't reckon it's working on me yet. I'll have to complain some more, I reckon.
Well, here, you don't want to get that way, Abner.
Who don't?
You don't.
Well, that's just all you know about it.
Now, I wish to goodness you could get that way, just for one day. Just
I
to
do,
learn you
too.
better.
That'd be all I'd want, just one day. Dog it, if I wouldn't fix myself up, I'd touch this store and touch that house of mine over there. Now, that would be something, wouldn't it? Living in a house made out of solid 18-karat gold, guaranteed.
Yeah.
I'd go over there and touch that biggest mountain across yonder, Lum.
Oh, forget
Old Ball Knob. Just turn the whole business into gold. That dog it, that'd last me for a while.
Yeah, but there'd be a lot of things you'd touch accidental, though.
Well, law me, I wouldn't care as long as they all turned to gold. Oh, yeah, something else, too. I'd touch every tooth in my head. I've always wanted gold teeth.
Yeah, but how would you eat? Everything you'd pick up would turn to gold. About chomp down on a gold biscuit some morning and break a bunch of teeth out of your head. How'd you like that?
Well, I wouldn't eat it. I just put it in my pocket and go spend it. Just fill my pockets up with them.
Yeah, you'd break up them teeth before you noticed it, though.
No, I don't know, Lum. They couldn't be much harder than the biscuits that Elizabeth made when we first got married. I never broke no teeth on them.
Yeah, but you'd have to eat something, Abner.
Well, I'd eat light bread then.
Well, it'd turn to gold, too, though.
Yeah, let's see now. What could I eat then?
You couldn't eat nothing. Everything you'd touch would turn to gold.
I know what I'd do. I'll just let Elizabeth feed me. That way I won't have to touch it.
Yeah, and you just about accidental touch her, and then she'll turn to gold, too.
Does it work on humans, too?
Why, sure. If you touch Elizabeth, you'd turn her right into a gold statuary.
Oh, my goodness alive. No, I don't want to do that.
You'd be wearing gold clothes, even.
Yeah, that's right. I couldn't even sit down, could I?
No, you couldn't even walk. That'd be just like having on a solid iron suit.
Yeah. I might could put some hinges on my breeches there where I could bend my knees and walk around a little.
Yeah, but you'd just be just like King Midas. You'd be wishing to goodness you could be changed back like you was before.
I could touch this watch of mine. Have a solid gold watch, and it never cost me but $1. I dog it, Lum, I could just buy up a whole bunch of dollar watches and turn them into gold ones. That'd be a good business to go into.
You'd have your regrets over it about you. Yeah, there's Cedric back already.
Back from where? Where'd you been?
I had him out passing out them handbills, inviting everybody to the ceremonies tomorrow. The unveiling of my statuary.
Oh, yeah, I'd forgot about that. That is tomorrow, ain't it?
Yeah, I believe we're going to have a big turnout, Abner.
You do?
Yeah, I talked to Squire Skimp, and he said he'd get up after I made the presenting speech and accept it for the citizens of Pine Ridge.
Uh-huh.
Did you get 'em all passed out, Cedric?
Yes, Mama. I've got a few left here. I'll pass them out on my way home, I reckon.
Let me see one of them, Cedric. I ain't had a chance to read it yet.
Yes, Mom.
Careful, don't touch me now, sir. No, I don't reckon I've got that way yet, though.
Have you heard much talk around about the doings tomorrow, Cedric?
No, Mom, I never paid no attention. I just handed it to them and then went on.
Freeze.
Huh?
I never said nothing. I just read, and you got free down here 3 times across the top.
Yeah, I figured that'd catch their eyes. Anything is free, around here.
Big barbecue and unveiling ceremonies. The statuary of Lum and Abner, King of the Hogs, will be presented to the citizens of Pine Ridge at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Come one, come all. Now, what's this little reading down here at the bottom for, Lum?
Oh, that's that. I put that down there. You see, you can't tell how many folks will be there, and I just figured we might not have enough barbecue to go around.
There will be plenty of barbecue for all, but don't make a hog out of yourself.
Yeah, that ought to get 'em. Well, much obliged, Cedric. Come down tomorrow, and I'll let you sit right down in front so you can hear the goings-on good. Here, there's a quarter for you.
Well, much obliged, Mr. Lum. What time's the eating part of the doings tomorrow?
Oh, right after the speech-making's over.
If I was you, Lum, I wouldn't feed 'em till you get done talking, for they'll sure get up and leave on you if you do.
Yeah, I might get you to help Clabe tomorrow, too, Cedric. He's going to be awful busy passing out sandwiches and all.
Oh, yes, he will, yeah.
Yes, Mom, I'd love to help him, too.
Get all you want to eat yourself that way, Cedric.
Yes, Mom.
You better be over there a little before 3 then, Cedric.
All right, Mr. Lum. Much obliged to you.
It's all right, Cedric.
I was just thinking, Lum, if I can get that gold business to working on myself, why, I might be able to save you some money.
Save me some money.
Yeah, if I could turn stuff into gold, well, you wouldn't have to buy that statuary. I could just pet you and turn you into a solid gold monument.
Well, there ain't no danger you learn how to do that, Abner. May as well get that idea out of your head right now. I explained to you what a terrible fix you'd be in if you was to get that way. Turn stuff into gold that you never wanted to.
Yeah, but I got a way figured out now, Lum, to where that wouldn't bother me now. No.
Wouldn't bother you now?
Oh, no, that's easy. I just wear a pair of gloves.
Oh, for goodness sake. Well, you ain't going to learn how to change stuff to gold, Abner. You may as well get that idea right out of your head.
Well, you said a while ago that we was getting sort of like that king, or whatever his name was, and everything we touched turned to gold.
Well, I meant we was making some good invest now. You're just lucky to have a man like me as a partner to sort of look after them things for you, know it? I'm just sitting around now, got my ear to the ground, looking for some place to invest that $3,700.
Got your ear to the ground.
Well, not exactly to the ground, but
Huh?
I'm going to take that $3,700 and put in some kind of business that'll make us financial dependent for the rest of our lives. We'll have statuaries of me and you on every corner in Pine Ridge before I get done.
Well, now that the old fellows have a little capital to work with, Lum has some big ideas about the future. This is Carlton Brickert, speaking for Lum and Abner and Horlicks, who now bid you all good night and good health.
Lum's an awful lot like Ralph Cramden, always looking for that get-rich-quick scheme. Lum and Abner, going all the way back to May 23rd, 1935, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Thanks to Ted at RadioMemories.com for supplying us these shows from Lum and Abner. He supplies shows on cassettes, compact disc, or on flash drive for your computer. Talk to Ted at RadioMemories.com. He supplies shows in really great quality. That's RadioMemories.com. Visit my webpage, classicradio.stream. Stream our shows. Find out where our shows are available for download by a podcast. You can find our social media links. You can learn how to build a classic radio collection of your own. And you can also buy me a coffee. That Buy Me a Coffee money helps us acquire additional classic radio theater collections and helps us maintain our distribution channels. ClassicRadio.stream. Thanks for making us a part of your day. Tell all your friends the greatest radio shows of all time are right here at this spot on the dial. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite radio station. Have a great day.